come. Post time. Deep stretch now. Shut the camera up.
Broadcasting live from Prince Edward Island, this is Race Day.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Red Shores at the Summerside Raceway on a Thursday night, rescheduled from our program that usually goes Tuesday night. High winds and rain dampened that program from Tuesday night. So here we are on a Thursday night, 10 races on tap for you here tonight. The feature race comes up tonight in race number 9. 5 starters heading behind the starting gate with Silver Spirit and Ryan Durash on the rail tonight. First Glance and David Dowling from post 2. Sobble Attack will leave 3 with Kenny Murphy in the bike. American Risk 4 with Corey McPherson. And from 5 on the outside is Brookdale Johnny with Paul Angel. Going to be a good night for harness racing here tonight at Red Shore Summerside. 10 races going postward. And now let's go upstairs for the man who's going to call all the action. Here is Mr. Vance Cameron. Vance?
Thank you, Rocky, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Red Shores at the Summerside Raceway for tonight's racing program, event number 32 of the meeting. Fast track conditions. There is a 1-second wind variant, and it's 1 degree Celsius. The temperature at this time in Summerside. The track condition is rated by the officiating members from the Atlantic Provinces Harness Racing Commission. Tonight, the senior judge is Mr. Kent Butler. The associate judges are Mr. Robbie Shaw and Mr. Ronnie Hennessy. Now here tonight's program and equipment changes. First change, go to race number 3. In the third race, number 1, No Mo Fear. The driver tonight is Stephen Shepard. Stephen Shepard driving number 1, No Mo Fear, in the third. Also in race 3, number 2, Jacktar Moxie, going from open to a Swedish blind bridle. Next change, go to race number 5. In the fifth race, scratch number 7, Pumpkin. He will not go. Race 5, scratch the 7 entry, Pumpkin. Number 5, Blue Monk, has a chart line not showing. It's from the 9th of November at Charlottetown. Fast track with a 1-second variant. Scoring from post 4 was a race winner in 1:59.4, driven by Mark Bradley. Turning over to race number 6. In the sixth race, scratch number 2, Cowboy Logic, and scratch the show wagering. No show wagering on race 6 with number 2, Cowboy Logic, scratched. Additional chart line on number 1, Shadow's Terror. The 9th of November at Charlottetown. The track was then listed as good with a 2-second variant. Made a break at the start, went on to win in 1:59.3, driven by Corey McPherson. Next change will go to race number 8. In the 8th race, number 2, Montrose Hope, has been barred from pari-mutuel wagering. Race 8, the 2 entry, Montrose Hope, barred from the pari-mutuel, will race for the purse money. Number 5, Katie Overdrive, going from blinkers to blind bridle. Turning over to race number 9, tonight's featured. Number 3, Sobble Attack, going from blind to blinkers. Race 9, number 3, Sobble Attack, going from a blind bridle to blinkers. That will complete the changes on tonight's 10-race presentation. The pari-mutuel windows are open and selling. Race 1 post time set for 6 o'clock. That will leave you 25 minutes to make your first race decisions.
Race Day Live continues from Summerside, Prince Edward Island. Welcome to our on-track and off-track customers. In the spirit of reconciliation, we acknowledge that the land upon which we gather is unceded Mi'kmaq territory, Abogwed, Mi'kmaq is covered by the historic treaties of peace and friendship. We pay our respects to the indigenous Mi'kmaq people who have occupied this island for over 12,000 years, past, present, and future. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise, if you are able, for the playing of our national anthem.
Don't forget to get in the aisle pick 5 tonight with the low 15% takeout. Races 1 through 5, the $2,000 guaranteed pool. And it is presented by the Prince Edward Island Harness Racing Industry Association.
Now, back to Race Day Live.
Welcome back to Race Day Live here at Red Shores, the Summerside on a Thursday night. I'm your host, Rocky Skierman. Vance Cameron's in the booth calling all the action tonight. Let's look at the finale. Race 10, good class of horses. 7 of them going behind the starting gate with Almost There Boss on the rail with Kenny Murphy. The Devil's Cash, post 2, and Brady Sweet. Coast to Coast Shark will leave 3, Corey McPherson in the bike. Brookdale Jim from 4 with Paul Angel. Rockin' Corona leaves 5 and Darren Crow. Starship Zodiac with David Dowling 6. And Wrangler Cash from post 7 with Ryan Darash. Going to be a good night for harness racing here. 10 dashes on tap. If you can't join us live here tonight, you're tuned in to Redshores.ca, our Red Shores YouTube channel, or at hpibet.com. And if you have a look at your in-house monitors, you'll see I like a 258 in the opener. Backstretch speed going 261. Classifier's choice is 258 in tonight's opener in 13 minutes.
first race on the track for the post parade. Number 1 is Gordy's Last Fall, owned by Charlene Cypher, Springvale. Dave Kelly trains and drives. Get Home Terry 2, owned by Edgar Stewart and Tyler McDonald of Ellerslie. Edgar does the training, driven by Kenny Murphy. 3, Jay's Little Spark, owned by Chris McGinnis of Hampshire, trained by Greg McGinnis, Ryan DeRoche up. Mockbrook Pro number 4, owned by Paul Conway of Bon John, Zach Conway of Charlottetown. Paul trains, Zach drives. Number 5, Sporty Spice, owned and trained by Sylvia Hall Andrews of Nanaimo, British Columbia. Brett Clough. She's a Lover 6, Robbie Chappell of Summerside, the owner, trainer, and the driver. Arnold the Paperboy number 7, owned by Bill McKay of South Granville. Willie McKay trains and drives. Number 8, Usurper, is owned and trained by Mike Peters of Emmyvale. Corey McPherson above the wheels. There's 3 minutes wagering time on race number 1. Welcome to Red Shores, Summerside, and the race day broadcast. The I'll Pick 5 starts in race number 1, and if you play $20 on live racing tonight, you'll receive 20% off dining on Mondays at the West End Bar and Grill.
Let's head out to the track for tonight's opener. First half of the Daily Double, Exactor, 20-cent Superfecta, Triactor, Win, Place, and Show, and it is the start of the guaranteed 20-cent I'll Pick 5. There's a look at number 2, Get Home Terry, 6-year-old Big Yelling by Stonebridge Terror for Edgar Stewart and Tyler McDonald. Edgar Stewart, the trainer, Kenny Murphy in the driver's seat. Started here October the 29th, head post 4, finished 4th. Race time 1:59.2, closing it out in 29.4. I look down the lines to September 24th. Caught my eye from post 3, finished second, just beat a length. Race time 1:56.4, closed it out 29.4. He'll go nowhere near that tonight on this windy, wet night, but I think he can get to the winner's circle. That is the 2, Get Home Terry, with Mr. Murphy aboard. Right now, your current choice at 1-9. There's a look at the 5, Sporty Spice, 6-year-old brown mare by Sportswriter for Sylvia Hall Andrews of Nanaimo, British Columbia. Brett Clough in the bike tonight. Last start was here, November the 5th. Had the rail and finished 4th, 2:04.4. 18 starts on the season, 7 times in the top 3 with 3 seconds and 4 thirds. Still looking for that first win of the season. Sporty Spice with Brett Clough aboard. Right now, 3-1. And my third choice being Usurper at 5-2 on the board right now, as they're starting to assemble behind the starting gate for tonight's opener. We got a full field of 8 in here. It is the start of the aisle. Pick 5. They're lining up in behind that gate. Let's head upstairs to Vance Cameron.
Gordy's Last Foal, Get Home Terry, Jay's Little Spark, Mockbook Pro. Sporty Spice, She's a Lover, Arnold the Paper Boy, Usurpers on the grandstand side to open it up. Top of the stretch. Here they come. Well, a staggered start to get it underway. The only one on the wings was the one, Gordy's Last Foal, and he will lead them out. Get Home Terry got away second. The third one into the turn. Jay's a Little Spark. The outside fourth is Mockbrook Pro. 3 wide. Usurper is coming fifth. Then in sixth at the inside, Arnold the Paper Boy. On the outside, Sporty Spice seventh. And the trailer, that is She's a Lover. They're arriving at the opening quarter. And how's about a long shot leader to open it up on this Thursday night at Summerside? Gordy's Last Foal and Crocker Kelly on the lead. Tucked away second is Get Home Terry, 30 and 1/5 the quarter. Dropping in third was Usurper, then fourth Mockbrook Pro. Racing from fifth, Jay's a Little Spark. Arnold the Paper Boy, he's in sixth. Racing from seventh is Sporty Spice, and trailing the field, that She's a Lover. They arrive at the opening half mile next. He's all nines on the board, Crocker, and he's halfway home with a 2-length lead. That's Gordy's Last Foal. Get Home Terry under submerging in the 2-hole. Usurper has third, 101 and 1 was the half. Coming fourth on the outside is Mockbrook Pro. At the rail in fifth is Jay's a Little Spark. Outside of sixth, Arnold the Paper Boy. Then seventh is Sporty Spice, and the gapped out trailer, She's a Lover. The 3/4 is next. Gordy's Last Foal to get them there. Get Home Terry on the outside second, but no advancement. Way out there, Arnold the Paper Boy. Wow, we may have some long shots to open it up. 3/4 in 1:33 and 1 3 wide with an eighth of a mile to go. Check it out, it's 4 wide. And up the rail, Gordy's Last Foal. Get Home Terry is second. In at the rail, Usurper. He waiting on the passing lane, and down the stretch they come. Up the inside, Usurper will get the win for McPherson. Get Home Terry was second. Might have been MacBook Pro for third. And the time for the mile, 2:06 and 2.
Here comes the slow-mo replay brought to you by Universal Media for tonight's opener. We saw Gordy's Last Foal go to the front, 30 and 1, the half in 101 and 1, down to 3/4, 133 and 1. Had a challenger. Get Home Terry was challenging. No advancement, as Vance mentioned, but here's advancing in the stretch here. I thought he was going to go by, but a fresh Usurper in the passing lane is going to get up to get the job done here tonight. Usurper gets his second win of the season, 22nd career. He's a winner tonight in 2:06 and 2. In for second is the 2. Get Home Terry on the line third. It's close. Looks like it could be Mockbook Pro in there for third, so it could be 8-2-4 unofficially. Here in the opener, we're going to see Usurper and Corey McPherson in the Woodmere Standardbridge Winner's Circle next.
Here comes Usurper to the Woodmere Standardbreds Winners Circle in the first. Bay Pacing Stallion E7 by Sports Rider from the McCardle Dam, Lulu Q. Owned and trained by Mike Peters of Emeryvale, bred by Steve Stewart of Paris, Kentucky. Corey McPherson is in the driver's seat for the win. The mile in 2:06 and 2. Usurper in the opener. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a late judges' inquiry underway now in race number 1, examining the first race and the conduct going to 3/4.
And here's a look at the judges' inquiry. Slow-mo going to the backstretch to 3/4. Judges' inquiry here in tonight's opener.
The management and staff at Red Shores want your experience to be fun and entertaining. That is why we offer information on how our games work, tips to keep your gambling fun, and available community resources. For more information, please speak to one of our PlayWise advisors or stop by the PlayWise Information Center.
Results of the first race judges' inquiry, no violations. Here's the official results now in race 1. Gordy's Last Foal, 5th. Get Home Terry, 2nd. Jay's A Little Spark was 8th. Mockbook Pro, 3rd. Sporty Spice, 4th. She's a Lover was 7th. Arnold the Paperboy finished 6th. Usurper was the race winner, fractions of 30 and 1, 101 and 1, 133 and 1, and the mile in 206 and 2. In review, 528, 347, 61. Usurper paid 1540. The Exactor 1490, Triactor 159.80, and the Superfecta was 58.29. Ladies and gentlemen, the racing officials now will have a win variant of -3. Track remains fast. There is a win second variant of -3.
Welcome back to Race Day Live here at Red Shore Summerside on a Thursday night. I'm your host, Rocky Skierman. Vance Cameron in the booth calling all the action tonight. Let's talk about Red Shore's $500 second chance draw. Red Shores is pleased to offer the second chance draw for $500. Just sign the back of your uncashed tickets for a chance to win $500. The draw will be November the 19th. This is an on-track promotion exclusive to Summerside, on-track players only. Live racing here at Red Shore Summerside returns next Tuesday, November the 19th, post time at 6 o'clock for our season finale. And we'll slide the selections into the screen for the upcoming second race. I like a 6.53 in here. Backstretch beat going 6.31. Classfire's choice is 6.15 in tonight's second race in 6 minutes.
Second race on Post Parade, Mark It Up, number 1, owned by Kimberly Mark of Ontario, Jeff Lilly, Mark Gallant, and Blair McLaughlin, trained by George Rennison. Paul Angel drives. 2 is Salisbrook Bolt, home of the Salisbrook Stables Incorporated of Windsor, Nova Scotia, trained by George Rennison, David Dowling. All About the Bet, number 3, owned by Megan Sweet of Orwell, trained by Jeff Holmes, Corey McPherson drives. 4 is Miramichi Alana, owned by Clayton and Joseph McCombs of Miramichi, New Brunswick, trained by Jeff Holmes, Brady Sweet driving. 5 is Red Dirt Diamond, Brett Clow drives for owner-trainer Dina Clow, New Haven. 6 is Greystone Shadow, owned by JD Racing Incorporated of Cornwall, trained by Nick Oakes, Miles Heffernan drives. Only 2 minutes wagering time on the second race, just 2 minutes to post time. David Dowling leads the way in the driver's standings at Redshores Summerside. Rocky has a rundown of the top 5 drivers next.
Thank you, Vance. There is a look at the top drivers thus far, 2024, with only one card remaining after tonight. David Dowling leads the way with 61 wins. Corey McPherson has 37. Kenny Murphy with 31 wins. Paul Angel with 26. And Mark Campbell, 28, and Mark Campbell with 26 wins. Round out the top 5 drivers right here at Redshore Summerside. Let's head to the track for tonight's second race. Field of 6 exactor, 20-cent superfecta triactor, win, place, and show wagering. Don't forget you can tag your ticket for a chance at that Wild Horses jackpot of $25. There's a look at the top selection. Here is Greystone Shadow from Post 6. 3-year-old bay filly by Shadow Play for JD Racing Incorporated of Cornwall. Nick Oakes is the trainer. Miles Heffernan in the bike tonight. Throw out that last start, November the 2nd at Charlottetown. Left from Post 6. Made a break, finished distance. Looked 3 down to that start October the 17th from Post 3. Made a break, recovered, finished 5th. Paced a mile in 1:57.4. Closing it out 29.4. 2 wins from 12 starts on the season. 2 minutes 1/5. Took a record at Charlottetown. That's Greystone Shadow with Miles Heffernan. 2-1. There we're seeing the 5, Red Dirt Diamond, 4-year-old bay mare by Source of Pride for Dina Clow of New Haven, who also trains, and her boy Brett Clow will do the driving. Started here on October the 29th, left from Post 4 and finished 3rd. Race time 2:02.2, 32 seconds on the end of it. 22 starts on the season, still looking for that first win of the season. Red Dirt Diamond from Post 4 with Brett Clow. Right now, 20-1. My third selection in here is the 3, All About the Bet. Corey McPherson driving from the Jeff Holmes stable. Megan Sweet, the owner. Finished 3rd last start out, 2:04.4 as a field of 6. So they're approaching the starting gate for tonight's second race. A windy night out there. Let's go upstairs to Vance Cameron.
Mark It Up, Salisbrook Bolt. All About the Bet, Miramichi Alana. Red Dirt Diamond, Greystone Shadow, half a dozen noses moving up to the starting gate. Second race, top of the stretch. Here they come. The rough and pacing Greystone Shadow. In between horses, Miramichi Atlanta, and up the rail, Mock It Up will race them around the turn and lead it now. It is Mock It Up, the leader with Langeau. Dropping in for second, that's Miramichi Atlanta. Now going to the outside, third is Salzbrook Bolt. Fourth up the rail is All About the Bet. On the outside, fifth is Red Dirt Diamond. And now the trailer, Greystone Shadow. So the new leader at the first quarter. Here is Salzbrook Bolt for David Dowling to clear. That is his stablemate. Mark It Up now second, 30 and 1 the quarter. Racing from third, Miramichi Atlanta, then fourth on the turn. All About the Bet. Racing fifth is Red Dirt Diamond, and trailing, that's Greystone Shadow. The opening half mile is the next station. Up front, the leader at the midway point, Salzbrook Bolt second. That's Mark It Up third. Miramichi Atlanta. Moving up fourth on the outside is Red Dirt Diamond. Up the rail in fifth. All About the Bet. And on the outside six, Greystone Shadow. 1 minute. 4 was the opening half mile. Around the turn, arriving at 5-8. Salzbrook Bolt, the leader. Second is Mark It Up. Racing third up the rail. Miramichi Atlanta on the outside. A Red Dirt Diamond is stalled fourth. Fifth is All About the Bet. And trailing six, that's Greystone Shadow. They're over to three quarters. Salzbrook Bolt, the leader. Now on the outside, Red Dirt Diamond has found a little more now. She's edged up to take over second. 3 quarters in 1, 32 and 1 as they round that upper turn for the final time, down to an eighth to go. Salzbrook Bolt turning home by 2. In at the rail, Mark It Up. On the outside, third, that's Red Dirt Diamond. Fourth is Miramichi Atlanta. Deep stretch now. Salzbrook Bolt drifting out, and there's 5 of them here across the track, and it might have been Mark It Up way wide. All About the Bet. An exciting finish here in the second, and it's picture time. 2-0, 3 and 4.
Here comes the slow-mo replay brought to you by Universal Media for tonight's second race. David Dowling hustled Salzbrook Bolt to the front after a quarter of 30 and 1.5 in a minute 4/5. 132 and 1 3/4. And here is the stretch drive. Looking to the inside of Salzbrook Bolt. Might have had a little bit of broken equipment here. It's a little staggering in the stretch. So you got 5 of them across the track here. I think that Corey McPherson get up and get a back-to-back driving double here. It's close on the line here, but it is now posted. Corey McPherson does get up with the 3. All About the Bet to win in 2:03 and 4. That is a maiden record. In for second, Mark It Up gets there for second. Up for third is the 4, Miramichi Atlanta. 3-1-4, and officially in tonight's second race, we're going to see All About the Bet with Mr. McPherson in the Woodmere Standard Bridge Winter Circle next.
Corey McPherson cashes in with the daily double on this Thursday night here in Summerside. All About the Bet wins in the photo finish. He's going to the winner's circle by pacing mare 4 by All Bets Off. From the Yankee Cruiser Dam, it's All About the Bet. Owned by Megan Sweet of Orwell. Bred by Jeff Holmes, Trevor and David McDonald, and Leonard Doyle. Trained by Jeff Holmes. Corey McPherson, his second winner for the double. 2:03 and 4 becomes a maiden record. All About the Bet doubles up Corey McPherson in the second.
This race replay is brought to you by Windermere Farms. Windermere Farms is excited to announce that Carouser will join their 2025 stallion lineup in Springvale, Prince Edward Island. With world champions on both sides of his pedigree, Carouser is a son of world champion Muscle Hill, while his dam is world champion Woodside Charm, who showed her half-mile prowess, winning in 1:53 and 4 over a half-mile track as a 2-year-old trotting filly. Carouser will join a star-studded lineup that includes Malicious, Keystone Velocity, Muscle Through It, Somewhere Fancy, and Source of Pride. Windermere Farms is unquestionably where Atlantic Canada's champion stallions call home.
Now the official result in the second, Mark It Up was second, Salzburg Bowl fifth. All About the Bet, the race winner, Miramichi Alana third, a Red Dirt Diamond was fourth, Greystone Shadow 6. They went 30 and 1, 1 minute 4, 132 and 1, and the mile in 203 and 4. From the top, your program reads 251 346. All About the Bets paid $9.50. The Exactor 41.20, Triactor 157.50, Superfect at 44.68, and that Corey McPherson Daily Double valued at 42.60.
Welcome back to Race Day Live here at Summerside on a Thursday night. I'm your host, Rocky Skierman. Vance Cameron in the booth calling all the action tonight. Let's talk about Horseperson's Day, Saturday, November the 23rd. The Prince Edward Island Standardbred Horse Owners Association is proud to present Horseperson's Day at Redshores, Charlottetown. Join us for the Drivers' Championship featuring 8 drivers, a pizza delivery to all Burns, and prizes for the caretaker, trainer, and owner of each race winner. There will be second chance draws and a $100 hookup fee for horses finishing out of the money. Post time for Horseperson's Day is 12:30 on Saturday, November 23rd. And we'll slide the selections into the screen for tonight's third race. Note the 1, No Mo Fear. The driver is Stephen Shepard. Number 2, Jack Moxie goes from an open to a Swedish blind bridle. I'd like a 5-7-4. Backstretch beat going 7-4-5. And the class far's choice is 4-7-5. So we're all in the mix here. Same 3 horses, little different order for tonight's third race in 7 minutes. And there's a look at that show photo from tonight's second race. You're seeing the 4, Miramichi Alana just nipping out the 5, Red Dirt Diamond. Great photo by the Atlantic Provinces Harness Racing Commission. And there is that win photo. You'll see the 3, All About the Bet, getting up to win over by a nose over the 1, Mark It Up, in tonight's second race. Another great photo by the Atlantic Provinces Harness Racing Commission.
Third race on post parade, No Mo Fear, number 1, owned by Paul Doyle and Darla J. of Charlottetown. Paul does the training. Note the driver change to Stephen Shepard. Stephen Shepard now on the 1, No Mo Fear. 2 is Jack Moxie, owned by Dunsand Farms of Warren Grove, trained by Nick Oakes. Miles Heffernan drives. 3, James Rains is owned, trained, and driven by Jacob Sweet of O'Leary. 4 is Brookdale Thomas, owned by Douglas and Doug Pauley of Amherst, Nova Scotia, trained by Phil Sizer, Paul Angel. 5 is Howmack Powerball, owned by Renison Racing of Truro, Nova Scotia, and Aidan Farish of Summerside, trained by George Renison, David Dowling. Love That Miramont is number 6, owned by Brett McDonald of Freelton, Ontario, trained by Ashley McDonald, Kenny Murphy of. Battle of York is 7, owned and trained by Taylor Doyle of Kensington. Corey McPherson drives. 4 minutes wagering time on race number 3. Kyle Williams is on top of the trainer standings in Summerside. Rocky back to look at the top 5 trainers. And with only tonight and the finale next week, Mr. Skirman, that is a tight trainer's race.
Who is it ever? Only 2 wins separate first to the top 5 there. So Kyle Williams by 1, 16 wins. Joe Baxter, 15, tied with Phil Sizer, also 15. Earl Watson, Richard Armstrong round out the top trainers with 14 wins apiece here at Red Shore Summerside. Let's head out to the track for tonight's third race. There is the top selection for me. That's the 5. Howmack Powerball, 3-year-old bay gelding by Pang Shui. For Renison Racing Incorporated of Truro, Nova Scotia, and Aidan Ferris of Summerside, George Renison, the trainer. David Dowling gets the call to drive tonight. Started at Churro on November the 3rd. From post 7, finished second. Race time 2 minutes 2/5. Todd Trites was in the bike. Charlottetown Maritime Breeders' Final for $28,500 on October the 26th. Had the rail, finished 4th. Race time 1:57 flat, closing it out 29-4 for Norris Rogers. 22 starts on the season, has a win. 159 new record taken at Charlottetown. Over $11,000 in the bank. I see this fella going to the winner's circle tonight with our top driver, David Dowling, with 61 wins on the season. Right now, 2-1. There we see the 7, Battle of York, 3-year-old bay gelding by Better Than Cheddar for Taylor Doyle of Kensington, who also trains. Corey McPherson is in the bike tonight. Last start at Charlottetown, November the 3rd from post 5, was a wire-to-wire winner in 1:58 flat. That's a new race win record. Closed it out in 29-2. 2 wins lifetime. That one was his fastest. He's leaving 7 tonight. Battle of York. Corey McPherson's hot tonight. He's got a driving double already. Right now, your current choice, 8-5. And there we see the 4, Brookdale Thomas, 3-year-old bay colt by All Bets Off for Doug and Doug Polly Jr. of Amherst, Nova Scotia. Phil Sizer's getting close to the leaderboard here. He's the trainer. Paul Angel in the bike. Last start here, November the 5th. Left from post 3, finished second. Just beat length, 2 minutes 4/5. Closed it out 29-1. Took a maiden record this season, 157-1 at Georgian Downs 5/8 mile track in Ontario. It's Brookdale Thomas from post 4 with Paul Angel, 7-2. And just a note, in this race, number 1, No Mo Fear. The driver is Stephen Shepard. Number 2, Jack Tire Moxie goes from an open to a Swedish bridle. Countdown clock is in for tonight's third race, a field of 7 lining up in behind the starting gate. Let's return to Vance Cameron.
No Mo Fear. Jack Tar Moxie, James Raines, Brookdale Thomas, Hamac Powerball. Love That Miramond. Battle of York outside. Top of the stretch. Now approaching a start. The rough and pacing No Mo Fear at the rail is the first one out. Second is Jack Tar Moxie. To their outside, Hamac Powerball is coming third. Way wide on the turn up fourth. That is Battle of York. And up the rail fifth, James Raines. Racing from 6 is Brookdale Thomas, the early trailer. Up front, and they're hooked up on the front end here as they race over to the opening quarter. And here comes Battle of York and McPherson to take the lead at At the rail, that is Howmack Powerball. Racing from third, James Rains. There's the inquiry sign. Third race under a judge's inquiry, 30-2 was the opening quarter. And Battle of York made the lead with McPherson. Howmack Powerball is second. James Rains third. Love That Miramont now races from fourth, and in fifth. Towards that inside is Brookdale Thomas in the backfield. No Mo Fear and Jack Tar Moxie. They're halfway home. Battle of York is the midway point leader. Right with them second, that is Howmack Powerball. The halfway home time in 1 minute and 3. Back into third is James Rains. Coming fourth on the outside is Brookdale Thomas. On the cones, fifth is Love That Miramont. At the back, No Mo Fear and Jack Tar Moxie. They're on route to three quarters now, and Battle of York continuing to lead. Howmack Powerball edged out from second. Third up the rail, James Rains. Fourth on the outside, Brookdale Thomas. Love That Miramont is fifth. Then up the back, No Mo Fear and the trailer, Jack Tar Moxie. The three quarters in 1:31-3. Rounding the turn for the final time with an eighth of a mile left to go. Battle of York at the rail, the leader. Howmack Powerball, the only one with a shot at that leader. On the outside, second. Deep stretch now on the wire. Here's Corey McPherson Knight. He's now 3 for 3. Battle of York got him there. Howmack Powerball second. It might have been Love That Miramont third. We'll need a show photo. And the time for the mile in 2:03-2.
Here comes the slow-mo replay brought to you by Universal Media for tonight's third race. And Battle of York took advantage of that hook up in the front end going to the quarter. He gets there to the front 30-2, the half a minute 3. Three quarters 1:31-3. David Dowling popped out of the two-hole with Howmack Powerball, and they battled. And here is the stretch drive. You're seeing Battle of York digging back in here. Corey McPherson's got the hot hands tonight. He's 3 for 3. Here tonight, in for second, that's Howmack Powerball. Up for third, it's close on the line for third. And now it is posted the 6. Love That Miramont third. So 7-5-6 unofficially. In tonight's third race, we're going to see Battle of York. Corey McPherson in the Woodmere Standardbridge winner's circle next.
Judges' inquiry involves the conduct of the third race after the eighth pole. Well, it's chilly outside, but Corey McPherson has come to Summerside with the hot hands here in the early going. 3 races in the books and 3 Corey McPherson trips to the Woodmere Standardbridge winner's circle. Battle of York in the third. Bay Pacing Gelding 3, but better than Cheddar from the Royal Majesty Dam Village. Owned and trained by Taylor Doyle of Kensington, bred by Winback Farm. Corey McPherson triples up, and the horse gets 2 in a row. It's 2:03-2. Battle of York to triple up Corey McPherson in the third.
And here is the inquiry, what they're looking at. The two horses hooked up here in tonight's third race. That's what the judges are looking at. Judges' inquiry in tonight's third race.
This race replay is brought to you by the new 1888 Lounge at Red Shores. The 1888 Lounge is perfect for your corporate meetings, parties, or presentations. Contact Rebecca in our sales and events division for more information on the new 1888 Lounge upper level at Red Shores.
Results of the third race judges' inquiry. Racing official deemed that number 2, Jack Tar Moxie, interfered with number 1, No Mo Fear. After the opening eighth, with number 1 finishing ahead of number 2, there's no placings required. Now the official results from the third. No Mo Fear was 6th, Jack Tar Moxie 7th, James Rains 4th, Brookdale Thomas 5th, Hamac Powerball was 2nd, Love That Miramon finished 3rd, Battle of York was the race winner. Fractions were 30 and 2, 1 minute 3, 131 and 3, and the mile in 203 and 2. In review, it's 674, 52, 31. Battle of York paid $710. The exactor $14.90. The triactor $417, and the superfactor was $94.69.
Welcome back to Race Day Live here at Red Shore Summerside on a Thursday night. I'm Rocky Skierman along with Vance Cameron in the booth calling all the action. Let's talk about Red Shore's November meal and deal. Come for the meal and stay for a deal at Red's Gold Cup Lounge on the casino floor. Every Friday in November from 4:30 till 7 p.m. Enjoy a lobster roll, fries, and dessert for $19.95 plus tax. Rewards Club members get $10 free play or match play with their purchase. For more details on the meal and deal, visit Redshores.ca. And we'll slide the selections into the screen for tonight's fourth race. I'm going with a 5-2-6, backstretch beat 5-2-3, and the class runners choices 5-2-6 in tonight's fourth race in 6 minutes. And there is the show photo from tonight's third race. You're seeing the 6. Love That Miramont just nosing out the 3 and the 4 in tonight's third race. Great photo by the Atlantic Provinces Harness Racing Commission.
On the fourth race post parade, number 1, Mrs. Dragonfire, is owned by Reg Ferguson and Wayne McDonald. Darren Crow trains and drives. Number 2, Dolly Sky, is owned by Vance McMillan of West Cape, trained by Kyle DeRoche, and Kyle will drive. Elm Grove Quest, number 3, is owned by Norman Lejeune of Shediac and Alan Jones of Riverview, New Brunswick, trained by Alan Jones. Brady Sweet drives. Sports Icon number 4 is owned by Colin and Morgan Shepherd of Brackley. Morgan trains, Colin drives. 5 is Woodmere Heather Ram, owned by Danny Bird of Vernon Bridge, trained by Jennifer Doyle, driven by David Dowling. Number 6, Jazzville, owned by Ronnie McLean, Suzanne McKeegan, and Clark Annan, trained by Blaine McKenna, Paul Angel. Number 7, It's Up to You, is owned by Leslie and Linda Parker of Shubenacadie, Nova Scotia. Leslie Parker is the trainer tonight, driven by Corey McPherson. 4 minutes wagering time on race number 4. Rocky returns with details on how to purchase tickets for the Jingle and Mingle coming in December.
Thank you, Vance. Park After Dark presents Jingle and Mingle, featuring Kim Albert and Faces, with opening act Tipperback on Saturday, December 7th at Eastlink Centre. Doors open at 7:30, and the entertainment begins at 8 o'clock. Tickets are $25 plus HST and fees, and they can be purchased through the Eastlink Centre box office. Now we're heading out to the track for tonight's fourth race. Exactor, 20-cent superfecta, triactor, win, place, and show. Field of 7 in here. Landing on the 5, Woodmere Heather M. 4-year-old brown mare by Malicious for Danny Bird of Vernon Bridge, Jennifer Doyle. She's heading for a 100-win season this year. She's the trainer, David Dowling in the bike. Last start was at Charlottetown, November the 2nd. Head post 6 was a winner, 158-4. Closed it out 29-1. That was her 4th win in a row, 16th win of the season, closing in $40,000 this year, and a record of 156 taken at Charlottetown earlier on in the season, September the 19th. Woodmere Heather M, post 5, David Dowling, your current choice at 1-4. And there we're seeing the 2, Dolly Sky, 8-year-old bay mare by Dolly for Vance McMillan of West Cape. Kyle DeRoche, the trainer and the driver. Charlottetown, November 2nd, scored from the rail, finished 4th. 2 minutes flat, closed it out, 32 seconds flat for Kyle DeRoche. Right up here on October the 29th, head post 2, finished 2nd, just beat ahead, 158-1, closing it out in 30-3 for Kyle DeRoche. 3 wins from 27 tries this season, 154-4, new record she took at Charlottetown as an 8-year-old mare. Dolly Sky, post 2, Kyle DeRoche in the bike, 8-5. And now we're looking at the 6, Jazzville, 4-year-old bay mare by Huntsville for Ronnie McLean, Susan McKagan, and Clark Annan. Blaine McKenna, the trainer. Paul Angel will do the driving. Right up here, November the 5th, last start, post 5, finished 3rd, 2 minutes 1/5, 31 seconds flat on the end of it. 22 starts on the season, 4 wins, over $15,000 in the bank, and took a record right here earlier on of 158-1. Jazzville leaving 6 tonight with Paul Angel. No tickets yet. Countdown clock is in for tonight's 4th race, a field of 7 approaching the starting gate. Let's head back upstairs to Vance Cameron.
Mrs. Dragonfire, Dolly Sky, Elm Grove Quest, Sports Icon, Woodmere Heather M, Jazzville, It's Up to You. Top of the stretch. Fourth race, ready for a start. The rough and pacing Dolly Sky, the first one out up the rail. Mrs. Dragonfire is second. Racing third now as they move from around the turn. That's Sports Icon. In between horses, fourth is Elm Grove Quest. Woodmere Heather M, she got away fifth. Then Jazzville, and It's Up to You, the trailer. Quarter pole bound, Dolly Sky for Kyle DeRoche out in front. Sports Icon looking for a friend. She's caught out second. In up the rail, third is Mrs. Dragonfire. Fourth towards the inside is Elm Grove Quest. Racing from fifth, Woodmere Heather M. Then Jazzville 6, It's Up to You, sees them all from seventh off at 29 and 2 opening quarter mile. Leading the field up the 3/8, it's Dolly Sky. They're in straight alignment now. Second is Mrs. Dragonfire, and she's at long odds on the toe forward. Third towards the rail, Sports Icon. Elm Grove Quest is fourth. There goes Woodmere Heather M to make her move to the outside fifth. Jazzville is on the outside 6. It's Up to You. Continuing to trail. They're halfway home in the fourth in 1 minute and 1/5. Midway around the turn going to the 5/8. It's Dolly Sky, the leader. Second, Mrs. Dragonfire. Woodmere Heather M is taken third. Coming up fourth from the outside as they move along the backstretch is Jazzville. Then racing from fifth is Elm Grove Quest. 6, It's Up to You. Backpedaling 7, Sports Icon. New leader at 3/4 now. Woodmere Heather M strikes the lead late for Dowling. 3/4 in 1:31 flat. Jazzville is taken second. Elm Grove Quest is coming third. Fading fourth, Dolly Sky. Mrs. Dragonfire fifth. And they're homeward bound, led by Woodmere Heather M, looking for 5 in a row. Coming up the inside, Jazzville. Elm Grove Quest on the outside, looking for the upset here. Elm Grove Quest for Brady Sweet got it on the line. Second, Woodmere Heather M. Jazzville third. Time for the mile in 2:01 and 1.
Here comes a slow-mo replay brought to you by Universal Media for tonight's 4th race. Dolly Sky went to the front tonight, 29-2, the half a minute 1/5. Going to 3/4, Woodmere Heather M took over in 1:31 flat. Dolly Sky faded back. And here comes the stretch drive Elm Grove Quest, great drive by Brady Sweet tonight. It's windy out there, folks, and anything can happen in a horse race, especially on a night like this. Woodmere Heather M gets beat tonight. Finishing second. In for third is the 6 Jazzville. So it's 3, 5, 6 unofficially. In tonight's fourth race, we're going to see Elm Grove Quest and Brady Sweet in the Woodmere Standardbreds Winner's Circle next.
Elm Grove Quest on her way into the Woodmere Standardbreds Winner's Circle by pacing mare 5. A roll with it, Harry, off the Real Desire Dam Aquatic Lightning. Owned by Normal Azure of Shadiac and Alan Jones of Riverview, New Brunswick. Bred by Bobby Gordon of Helmsdale. Trained by Alan Jones, Brady Sweet will guide her to victory tonight in 2:01 and 1. Elm Grove Quest in the fourth.
This race replay on Channel 2 on your in-house monitor is brought to you by Syntrack Print and Graphic Inc. Mention this ad and receive $20 off your first order of 500 or more full-color business cards. Syntrack, 59 Watts Avenue in the Business Park.
Here's the official results in the fourth race. Mrs. Dragonfire fourth. Dolly Sky was 6. Elm Grove Quest the winner. Sports Icon was 7. Woodmere Heather M second. Jazzville finished third. It's Up to You was 5th. Fractions 129 and 2. 1 minute 1. 131 and the mile in 2:01 and 1. In review, it's 461 7235. Elm Grove Quest paid $19.80 to win. The exactor $43, the triactor $433.90, superfecta carryover.
Welcome back to Race Day Live here at Red Shores on a Thursday night. I'm Rocky Skierman along with Vance Cameron. Let's talk about the Play $20, Get 20%. Backed by popular demand at Red Shores Summerside is the Play $20 on live racing and receive 20% off dining on Mondays at West End Bar and Grill. The Play 20, Get 20 is on live racing Tuesdays here in Summerside. Watch for details at Redshores.ca or our social media channels. And we'll slide the selections into the screen for the upcoming fifth race. Vance and I will be along with the Vance Cam, presented by Results Advertising and Marketing. I'm going 5.62, as is Backstretch Beat, and the classifier's choice is 5.26 in tonight's fifth race in 7 minutes.
Fifth race on Post Parade featuring the Super High Five, number 1 Western Delight, owned and trained by Ralph Sweetville. Larry Kenny Murphy drives. 2 is Sinbuster 6, owned by Ronnie McLean of Argyle Shore, trained by Blaine McKenna, Brady Sweetup. Azure Beach, number 3, owned by Darla McCachran of Summerside, trained by Dwayne McCachran, Paul Angel. Hemingway wears number 4, owned by Abby Clough of Cornwall, trained by Dina Clough, Brett Clough drives. 5 is Blue Monk, owned by Mary Jean Noy of Clyde River and Denise Andrew of Calgary, Alberta, trained by Jay Noy, Corey McPherson. 6 is Midnight McNeil, owned by Chris Davies, Gregory Kirby, and Nathaniel Smith, trained by Chris Davies, driven by David Daly. 7 Pumpkin is Scratch. Number 8 is Pineapple Express, Willie McKay of Brett Albin, owner, trainer, driver. 3 minutes wagering time on race number 5. And Rocky, you and I are coming up with our selections in the first Super High 5 on this Thursday night here in Summerside. And we thank Results Marketing and Advertising and their continued presentation of the Vance Cam. In the 5th, I'm on to 5, Blue Monk, dropping down to our bottom claimer, coming off a win his last start at Charlottetown. He looks to be the best on paper for me, and Corey McPherson looking for win number 4, and we're only on the 5th race. I'm going to go to 6, Midnight McNeil, also in for a claiming price. I'll go to the Rail Western Delight for 3rd. Then I'll use the 3, Azure Beach, and the 2, Sinbusters 6. I'm going 5, 6, 1, 3, 2 here in the 5th, and Mr. Skierman, congratulations on your milestone birthday.
Thank you very much, Vance. Yeah, it was a great night Saturday night. We celebrated, and 50 years old. I don't feel any older, but anyway, I'm going with the 5 as well. We're in agreement with the exactor at 5, 6 for 3rd. I'll throw in the 2, that's Sinbuster 6 for 4th. The 1, Western Delight, and to round out my super high 5, the 3, Azure Beach. So 5, 6, 2, 1, 3. Vance likes 5, 6, 1, 3, 2. Good luck and get in on the super high 5. Countdown clock is in for tonight's 5th race, scratched down to a field of 7. They're lining up in behind the starting gate. Let's go back to Vance Cameron.
Western Delight, Sinbusters 6, Azure Beach, Hemingway, Blue Monk, Midnight McNeil, Pineapple Express. Top of the stretch. Now approaching a start. The rough and pacing Western Delight went alongside Sinbusters 6. He's headed to the front. Second is Western Delight. Blue Monk comes from the outside third to get away 4th, Azure Beach. Then the 5th one is Hemingway, Midnight McNeil 6. And the early trailer, that is Pineapple Express. On the backstretch they go, led by Sinbusters 6. In line to Brady Sweet. Second, that's Western Delight. Blue Monk took the seat in third. 4th is Azure Beach. Hemingway has 5th. Then in 6th, it's Midnight McNeil. Trailing 7th, that is Pineapple Express. Straight alignment off an opening quarter of 30. and 2. And on the point, it's Sinbuster 6, the leader, as they round the paddock turn for the first time. Second is Western Delight, racing from third. That's Blue Monk. Fourth on the cones is Azure Beach. Racing from fifth is Hemingway. There goes Midnight McNeil to the outside. And the trailer, Pineapple Express. They're halfway home, led by Sinbuster 6. There's Blue Monk, the 1-9 chalk. He's on the move in the outside to take over second. The opening half mile in 1:01 and 2. Racing third, Western Delight. Fourth on the outside, that's Midnight McNeil. At the rail, fifth is Azure Beach. Hemingway moves out 6. Pineapple Express, the trailer, the 3/4 coming next. Blue Monk is taking over the lead. Second is Sinbuster 6. Midnight McNeil third. Fourth is Western Delight. Hemingway in the outside fifth. Azure Beach in 6. Trailing seventh, Pineapple Express. Swinging on by the 3/4, and they were there in 1:32 and 1. And clear on the lead with an eighth of a mile to go. Blue Monk will turn home by 3. Midnight McNeil second. Hemingway is taken third. Now racing from fourth. Azure Beach deep in the stretch. Here's Blue Monk, and here's Corey McPherson with the grand slam. Midnight McNeil second. Hemingway rallied up to be third. And the time for the mile, 2:01 and 4.
Here comes the slow-mo replay brought to you by Universal Media for tonight's fifth race. Sinbuster 6 on the front, 30 and 2. The half in 101 and 2. Down to 3/4 in 1:32 and 1. That's when Blue Monk took over with Corey McPherson aboard. And here is the stretch drive. 2 in a row now for Blue Monk. Corey McPherson gets the call to drive tonight, and he's got 4 wins already from just 5 races. He's very hot tonight. In the seat, Midnight McNeil in there for second. Up for third, that is Hemingway. So it is 5-6-4. Unofficially in tonight's fifth race, we'll see Blue Monk and Corey McPherson in the Woodmere Standard Bridge Winner Circle next.
Blue Monk going to the Woodmere Standard Bridge Winners Circle by pacing gelding 6 by Up the Credit. Off the Real Desire Dam, Real Heart, owned by Mary Jean Noy of Clyde River and Denise Andrew of Calgary, Alberta. Bred by the Pedigree Farm of Rockwood, Ontario. Trained by Jay Noy, Corey McPherson. Win number 4 for the quadruple. 2:01 and 4, the time for the mile. Blue Monk in the super high 5.
This race replay is brought to you by All-Star Cresting, specializing in embroidery, screen print, promotional products, and on-site cresting featuring the newest technology, and one of the largest embroidery and screen printing departments in Atlantic Canada. For all your clothing and merchandise needs, email sales@allstarcresting.ca. At All-Star Cresting, we got you covered.
Here's the official results now in race 5. Western Delight 6, Sinbusters 6 was 7th. Hazard Beach 4th. Hemingway was 3rd. Blue Monk, the race winner. Midnight McNeil was 2nd. Pumpkin was scratched. Pineapple Express finished 5th. They went 30 and 2, 101 and 2, 132 and 1, and the mile in 201 and 4. In review, it's 674, 312, scratch 5. Blue Monk paid 210. The Exactor 650. The Triactor 119.50. Super High 5 carryover.
And in the upcoming 6th race, number 1, Shadows Terror, the line to be announced from Charlottetown, November the 9th. Post 2, made a break leaving, will be covered to win, 159 and 3. The driver was Corey McPherson. And no show wagering in the upcoming 6th race. No show wagering in tonight's 6th race. Red Shores Racing is proud to present the Player Portal. This page has everything you need as a player in one location. Race programs, top picks, additional chart lines, race replays, driver and trainer stats, winning post positions, and more. Visit the Player Portal at Redshores.ca/racing. And we'll slide the selections into the screen for the upcoming 6th race. Number 2, Cowboy Logic is scratched. No show wagering in here. I'm going with a 154. Backstretch beat 124. Class first choice is 152. And once again, the 2 Cowboy Logic scratched. In tonight's 6th race, 6 minutes.
sixth race on Post Parade, number 1, Shadow's Terror, has one claim entered. Owned by Tommy Collins of Mount Stewart, trained by Jeff Holmes, Corey McPherson drives. 2, Cowboy Logic is scratched. 3 is J.J. Patrick, owned by Mark Allen and Ricky Armstrong of Summerside. Ricky does the training. Kenny Murphy drives. 4, Winter Blast, owned by Danny Bird of Vernon Bridge, trained by Jennifer Doyle, driven by David Dowling. 5, Century Invictus, owned by Dunsand Farms of Warren Grove, trained by Nick Oakes. Norris Rogers up. Ideal Jet, number 6, owned by Grace Sawyer of Montague, trained by Tammy Collins. Paul Angel drives. 3 minutes wagering time on tonight's sixth race. The Red Shores Pony Point Pursuit Handicapping Challenge is now underway in Summerside and Charlottetown. Rocky has those details next.
Thank you, Vance. Play the Pony Point Pursuit Handicapping Challenge at Red Shores. The competition takes place every Saturday in November. First place is $500 cash. Second place is $150 fast bet card. And third is a $75 wagering voucher. For more details and how to enter, visit Red Shores, Summerside, and Charlottetown simulcast locations. Heading out to the track now for tonight's sixth race. Exactor, 20-cent superfecta, triactor, win place, no show wagering in here. Landing on the rail sitter, that's Shadow's Terror. Claim entered on him tonight. 4-year-old brown gelding by Shadow Play for Tommy Collins of Mount Stewart. Jeff Holmes, the trainer. It's Corey McPherson night here at Summerside. 4 wins from 5 races already tonight. He's in the bike and looks to get another win here. The last start from the line to be announced was November the 9th at Charlottetown. Made a break leaving from post 2. Recovered to win in 1:59.3. Corey McPherson was in the bike. 5 wins from 27 tries this season. 153-1. Season's best taken at Charlottetown. Shadow's Terror on the rail with Corey McPherson. Your current choice, 1-2. And there's a look at the 5, Century Invictus, 5-year-old bay gelding by Better's Delight for Dunsand Farms of Warren Grove. Nick Oakes trains. Norris Rogers in the driver's seat. Last start was here November the 5th. Left from post 2 and finished 2, just beat a length and a quarter. 1:59.3, closing it out 30-2. Scratched on October the 22nd, but October the 15th, right here at Summerside, left from post 6, was a winner by 2 lengths. In 1:59.4, 30-3 on the end of it. 5 wins from 22 tries this season. 157 season's best at Reader Carleton in Ottawa. Century Invictus leaving from 5. He'll score from 4 now with the scratch of the 2. And right now, 15-1. And there we see the 4, Winter Blast, 12-year-old grey gelding by Sandshooter for Danny Bird of Vernon Bridge. Jennifer Doyle trains. It's David Dowling, our leading driver, in the bike. Last start was at Charlottetown, November the 3rd. Left from post 7, finished 7. 158 flat, 30-3 on the end of it. Came to Summerside, October the 22nd. Left from post 4. Wire-to-wire winner by 6.5 lengths. 158-4, closed it out in 29 seconds flat for David Dowling. It's Winter Blast. Post 4, 7-1. Tonight's sixth race, scratched down to a field of 5. In behind the starting gate, let's go back upstairs to Vance Cameron.
Shadows Terror, J.J. Patrick, Winter Blast, Century Invictus, Ideal Jet, top of the stretch. Here they come. The rough and pacing Winter Blast, the first call. Ideal Jet way wide, and Shadows Terror on the cones as they go to the turn. To get away fourth, J.J. Patrick, and then the trailer. That's Century Invictus, 3 wide in the early going. Winter Blast made the lead. Racing second on the outside is Ideal Jet. Third at the rail, Shadows Terror. Then in fourth, that's J.J. Patrick with Century Invictus. Along the backstretch, Winter Blast and David Dowling are quarter pole leading. Second, that is Shadows Terror with the claim entered. Then third, J.J. Patrick. Fourth, Century Invictus. And Ideal Jet, he went to plan B. Backed up the trail off of 30 seconds flat. Opening quarter mile as they get set to come out of the paddock turn and straighten down the stretch. They'll have the half mile in their sights, led by Winter Blast. Second is Shadows Terror, then third, J.J. Patrick. Century Invictus has fourth, and then the trailer. That is Ideal Jet. They're halfway home in the sixth. Winter Blast to get them there. Continuing in the 2-hole, that's Shadows Terror. Third half the rail, J.J. Patrick. 1 minute. 4 was the half mile, with 3/8 of a mile left to go. Winter Blast, the leader on Shadows Terror. Third is J.J. Patrick. Century Invictus fourth. Ideal Jet is fifth. As they race to 3/4, we have not, and I mean not, seen any movement. Up front, Winter Blast is the leader at 3/4. Shadows Terror, a textbook 2-hole ride. Third is J.J. Patrick. Century Invictus on the outside fourth. Ideal Jet fifth. 1:32 and 1 was 3/4. Down to 1/8 of a mile to go. Winter Blast at the rail. Here's Shadows Terror right alongside the leader. J.J. Patrick up the inside third. They're in deep. Stretch now. Winter Blast. Shadows Terror. Here's McPherson and win number 5. Second is Winter Blast. J.J. Patrick up third. And the time for the mile in 2:01 and 1.
Here comes a slow-mo replay brought to you by Universal Media for tonight's sixth race. Winter Blast went to the front, 30 seconds flat, the half in a minute, 4/5, down to 3/4, 1:32 and 1. Out pops Shadows Terror, and Corey McPherson, our hot hand driver here tonight, and they go by to win here tonight in 2:01 and 1. 6th win of the season, 10th, 11th career for Shadows Terror. Corey McPherson, win number 5 tonight. Winter Blast second, J.J. Patrick third. We're going to see Shadows Terror and Corey McPherson in the Woodmere Standard Bridge winner's circle next.
Shadows Terror finding his way to the 6th race winner's circle, pacing Brown Gelding. He's 4 by Shadow Play off the Western Terror Dam. Cyber Terror, owned by Tommy Collins of Mount Stewart, bred by Blue Chick Bloodstock of New York and Blair Corbeil of Alberta. Trained by Jeff Holmes, who doubles up. Corey McPherson, that's Hot Hands McPherson, his fifth winner tonight. Time for the mile in 2:01 and 1. Shadows Terror delivers in the sixth.
This race replay is brought to you by Symes Horse Transport. Based in Nova Scotia and with over 20 years of experience, Chucky Symes would welcome the opportunity to transport your horses when you need them moved. Operating 2 rigs, Symes Horse Transport offers safe, feasible, and timely trucking in Canada and the U.S. Symes Horse Transport is a commercially covered horse carrier. They also buy and sell horses. To book a stall and to get a quote, call or text 902-664-7086 or email st.symes@gmail.com. Good luck racing.
Here's the official results now in the sixth race. Shadows Terror was the race winner and claimed by Greyland Farms of Stratford. Cowboy Logic was scratched. J.J. Patrick third. Winter Blast second. Century Invictus fourth. Ideal Jet was fifth. They went 30, 1 minute 4, 132 and 1, and the mile in 2:01 and 1. In review, it's 1 scratch 3. 2, 4, 5. Shadows Terror paid $260. The Exactor $12.80. Triactor $48.40. Superfecta $17.49. Shadows Terror was claimed by Greyland Farms of Stratford for $8,750.
Welcome back to Race Day Live here at Red Shore Summerside on a Thursday night. I'm Rocky Skierman along with Vance Cameron calling all the action here tonight. Let's talk about Fall Into Flavors, Top of the Park Dining. Join us Friday and Saturday evenings in the Top of the Park for Fall Into Flavors. Enjoy all of your fall flavored dishes that bring the best of the season to your plate. Seating is available from 5 till 8 p.m. and reservations can be made by calling the Top of the Park at 902-620-4264. And we'll slide the selections into the screen for tonight's 7th race. I like a 6-1-3, as does Backstretch Beat. Classifier's choice is 6-1-2 in the 7th race in 5 minutes.
Seventh race on Post Parade, She's Rockin' Fame number 1, owned by Mike Arnold of Bowles, Alberta, and Amy Lucky from Montague, trained by Mike Dowling. Ryan DeRoss drives. 2, Sweet Sylvia, owned by Sylvia Hall Andrews of Nanaimo, British Columbia. Sylvia does the training. Kenny Murphy drives. Run for the Money 3 is owned by Scott Green of North Knoll Road, Nova Scotia, and Jeff Lilly of Charlottetown, trained by Chris Davies, Corey McPherson of. 4, Love Party, owned by Suzanne McKeegan of Albert Bridge, Nova Scotia, trained by Blaine McKenna, Paul Langell. 5 is Southfield Sky, owned by Southfield Farms Incorporated of Summerside, trained by Joe Baxter, Brett Clowup. 6, Unbridled Fury, owned by Kenny Graham of Kensington, trained and driven by David Dowling. 3 minutes wagering time on tonight's 7th race. Red Shores is pleased to announce the HBI rewards for PEI customers this fall and winter meet. Sign up and play the horses through HBIBet.com and the new HBI rewards program for PEI.
Let's head out to the track for tonight's 7th race. Exactor, 20 cent Superfecta, Triactor, Win Place and Show, and it is the start of the 20 cent Late Pick 4. Landing on the 6, Unbridled Fury, 3-year-old bay filly by Fear the Dragon for Kenny Graham of Kensington, David Dowling, the trainer and the driver. Charlottetown, November the 2nd, Post 3, finished second by a neck, 159 and 2, 31 and 2 on the end of it. The start before that was here. October 15th, left from 3, was a winner by half a length in 159 and 1, closed it out in 29 and 4. 2 wins on the season from 16 tries. Unbridled Fury, leaving 6 with our top driver, David Dowling. Your current choice at 1-9. And there is the rail sitter. She's Rockin' Fame. 5-year-old bay mare by He's Watching for Michael Arnold and Amy Lakey. Mike Dowling is the trainer. Ryan DeRoss will drive again tonight. Last start was here November 5th. Left 2, finished 2. 2 minutes 3/5, closed it out 29 and 3. 7 wins from 22 tries this season. 2 minutes flat right here at Summerside 3 starts ago. That's a season's best. Last season, 15 wins from 29 tries, almost $20,000 in the bank. She's a good mare. She's Rockin' Fame. Ryan DeRoss, 10-1. And there we see the 3, Run for the Money. 4-year-old bay mare by Sports Writer for Scott Green of North Knoll Road, Nova Scotia, and Jeff Lilly of Charlottetown. Christopher Davies, the trainer. Hot hands, Corey McPherson in the bike tonight. He's got 5 wins already from just 6 races here tonight. Last start was at Charlottetown, November the 2nd. Left from 2, finished 6, 202 flat for Kenny Murphy. Charlottetown, October the 17th, left from post 2, was a winner, 158 and 4 for Mark Campbell, 29 and 2 on the end of it. Run for the Money, leaving 3 tonight with Mr. McPherson. No tickets yet on him. He's got 5 wins tonight, folks. Countdown clock is in for tonight's 7th race, a field of 6 lining up in behind the starting gate. Let's head back upstairs to Vance Cameron.
She's a Rockin' Fame, Sweet Sylvia, Run for the Money, Love Party, Southfield Sky, and Unbridled Fury, top of the stretch. Here they come. And away they go. Up and pacing, She's Rockin' Fame is the first one out. Sweet Sylvie is second, coming from the outside. Unbridled Fury is third. Fourth at the rail, that's Run for the Money. Love Party's away fifth. And the trailer in the early going, Southfield Sky. On the backstretch, She's Rockin' Fame for Ryan DeRoche. Here comes early company. Unbridled Fury, the 1-9 chalk. She's going to make the lead for David Dowling. Second, She's Rockin' Fame. Sweet Sylvia third. Fourth up the rail, Run for the Money. Love Party, she's fifth. Trailing the field is Southfield Sky, 29. And 3 was the opening quarter as they round the paddock turn, now in straight alignment on the point. Unbridled Fury, the leader. She's a Rockin' Fame is second. Sweet Sylvia coming out of the turn third. Run for the Money fourth. Love Party fifth. Then the trailer sixth is Southfield Sky. They're at the midway point in the seventh. Led by Unbridled Fury. She's a Rockin' Fame is second. On the move in the outside third. Run for the Money underway. 1 minute. And 1 was the half. Fourth on the cones, that is Sweet Sylvia from the outside. Love Party fifth, trailing sixth. Southfield Sky up the backstretch. They go over the second and final time. Unbridled Fury getting away on them. Second is She's a Rockin' Fame, reclaiming third. Sweet Sylvia backpedaling fourth. Run for the Money. The Party is fifth, now trailing the field. Southfield Sky, so the 3/4 in the books. Unbridled Fury was there in 1:31 and 2. She leads by 5 with an 1/8 of a mile to go. She's a Rockin' Fame is second. Sweet Sylvia third. Love Party fourth. Down the home stretch now, and it's all Unbridled Fury in line to David Dowling. Battle on for the deuce here. In between horses, look like She's a Rockin' Fame. A Love Party closing up third. Time for the mile in 2:02 and 1.
Here comes a slow-mo replay brought to you by Universal Media for tonight's 7th race. Unbridled Fury cleared to the lead just past the quarter in 29 and 3. The half up a minute 1/5, 1:31 and 2 to 3/4, and she drives away from the field here tonight to win in 2:02 and 1. That's her third win of the season, 5th career for our leading driver David Dowling in the bike tonight with Unbridled Fury. In for second is She's Rockin' Fame. Up for third, that is the 4 Love Party. 6-1-4 unofficially. In the 7th, we're going to see Unbridled Fury and David Dowling in the Woodmere Standardbreds Winner's Circle next.
Unbridled Fury going to the 7th race winner's circle by pacing filly 3 by Fear the Dragon. Off the Some Beach Somewhere Dam, Balustra Hanover. Old McKenny Graham of Kensington, bred by Andrew Schrock of Middlefield, Ohio. Trained and driven to victory by David Dowling, and the filly gets her 5th lifetime victory tonight in 2:02 and 1. Unbridled Fury in the 7th. Here's the official results now in the 7th. She's Rockin' Fame was 2nd. Sweet Sylvia 4th. Run for the Money finished 5th. Love Party 3rd. Southfield Sky was 6th. Unbridled Fury was the race winner. They went fractions of 29 and 3, 1 minute 1, 131 and 2, and the mile in 202 and 1. From the top, your program reads 245 361. Unbridled Fury at 210. The Exactor 390, Triactor 810, Superfecta 263.
In the upcoming 8th race, number 2, Montrose Hope, Bird from Wagering. Number 5, Katie Overdrive goes from blinkers to a blind bridle. The harness racing industry plays an important role in the Prince Edward Island economy. Various jobs and positions are impacted by just one racehorse, including farmers, breeders, owners, and many others who live and work in our province. Our industry remains strong and continues to support and grow the local economy. And we'll slide the selections into the screen for the upcoming 8th race. I like a 3-8-7 in here. Backstretch beat going 3-7-8, as is the classifier in tonight's 8th race in 7 minutes. And also a note, the Super High 5 carryover for tonight's 10th race is $347.08. Get in the Super High 5 in the 10th. And there's the photo for place. In tonight's 7th race, She's Rockin' Fame by a neck over the 4, Love Party. Great photo by the Atlantic Provinces Harness Racing Commission.
Eighth race on Post Parade. Wild River Coyote 1 is owned by Corey and Laura Walsh from Springton, trained by Brian Walsh. Kenny Murphy drives. 2 is Montrose Hope, who has been barred from the Par Mutual wagering, owned by Harvey Holm of Alberton, trained by Dina Clough. Brett Clough drives. Number 3 is Sharky. Jack McGurk of Kensington is the owner and the trainer. Tonight, Corey McPherson. E-Gamer wears number 4, owned by Garth and Haley Cole of Kensington, trained by Garth Cole, driven by Brady Sweet. 5 is KD Overdrive, owned by Steve Mason from Quizpam Sis and Kyle Mason of Moncton, New Brunswick. Kyle trains and drives. Number 6 is Pictonian Storm, owned and trained by Tammy Collings of Hazelbrook, Ryan DeRasha. 7 is Brookdale George, owned by Douglas and Doug Pauley of Amherst, Nova Scotia, trained by Phil Sizer, Paul Angel. 8 is Woodmere Sinatra, owned by Jeff Skinner and Bob Skinner and Daniel Hiltz of Nova Scotia, now trained by Jennifer Doyle and driven by David Dowling. Down to 3 minutes wagering time on race number 8. 3 minutes to post time. Rocky is back with details on game day at O'Brien's Social Bar and Kitchen.
Thank you, Vance. Join us for game day deals at O'Brien's Social Bar and Kitchen on the lower level at Red Shore, Charlottetown. Every Friday and Saturday from 5 o'clock to 11 p.m. Enjoy great deals on appetizers and drinks. For more information, visit Redshores.ca or follow us on our social media platforms. So we'll head out to the track for tonight's 8th race. Exactor, 20-cent superfecta, triactor, win, place, and show wagering. Landing on the 3 in here, Sharky. 4-year-old brown gelding by He's Watching for Jack McGurk of Kensington, who also trains Corey McPherson. Hot hands in the bike tonight. Corey's looking for win number 6. The last start was here November the 5th. Left from post 6, finished 3rd. 2 minutes, 2/5. Taylor Doyle was in the bike. Start before that here, October 29th. Left from 2 was a winner by length and a quarter. 2 minutes, 4/5. Taylor Doyle was in the bike for that one as well. He's got 7 wins on the season. Sharky leaving 2 tonight with Corey McPherson. Leaving 3 tonight, with Corey McPherson. 3-4.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the 8th race tonight, there were some Par Mutual tickets sold on number 9, Shake Me Up Hanover. Well, he is not drawing in to start, and if you did happen to wager on number 9, Shake Me Up Hanover here in race number 8, your money will be gladly refunded at any Par Mutual window.
And there's a look at the 8, Woodmere Sinatra, 3-year-old bay gelding by Roll with It Harry for Jeff Skinner and Robert Skinner and Daniel Hiltz. Jennifer Doyle now the trainer. David Dowling, our leading driver. He's got 62 wins on the season here in Summerside now. He's in the bike tonight. Last start at Truro, November the 3rd. Left from 4, finished 5. Race time 2:02 and 4. Closing it out 31-2, Danny Romo, the veteran, was in the bike. Start before that at Truro, October 25th. Left from 6 was a winner by a quarter of a length in 2:01-2, 30-4. Again with Danny Romo in the bike. 3 wins from 19 tries this season. 157-4 record taken at Truro Raceway. It's Woodmere Sinatra from post 8 with David Dowling. 10-1.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this 8th race, we have a late scratch. Number 1, Wild River Coyote, will not go. Race 8, scratch number 1, Wild River Coyote, refunds available.
And don't forget to get in that super high 5 carryover in tonight's 10th race, $347.08. Super high 5 coming up again in tonight's 10th. And there we see the 7, Brookdale George, 3-year-old bay colt by Always Be Mickey for Doug and Doug Polly Jr. of Amherst, Nova Scotia. Phil Sizer, the trainer. It's Paul Angel in the bike. November the 5th, right here, left from post 4, finished 2. Race time 1:58-4, 30 seconds flat on the end of it. 2 wins from 23 tries this season. Took a record of 156-3 at Charlottetown. Almost $15,000 in the bank. Brookdale George and Paul Angel leaving 7 at 7-1. So the countdown clock is in for tonight's 8th race. Scratch down now to a field of 7. Let's go upstairs to Vance Cameron.
Montrose Hope, Sharky, E-Gamer, KD Overdrive, Pictonian Storm, Brookdale George, and Woodmere Sinatra. Top of the stretch. All lined up and approaching a start. The rough and pacing E-Gamer is leaving out. Sharky goes with them along the rail. Montrose Hope to their outside. That's KD Overdrive 4th. To get away 5th, Pictonian Storm. Then around the turn in 6th. That is Brookdale George. And Sinatra has troubles in the backfield. He's out of it. 3 wide. They go to the opening quarter. Sharky for McPherson, the leader. Racing second on the outside. KD Overdrive. He's 3 wide. In between horses, E-Gamer along that inside. Montrose Hope is there 4th. They're at the quarter in 29-3. Sharky and Corey McPherson leading it. From the outside, E-Gamer is second. Montrose Hope at the rail 3rd. 4th on the outside is KD Overdrive. Pictonian Storm has 5th. Racing from 6th as they move through the stretch. Brookdale George in the backfield. Woodmere Sinatra. They're halfway home. led by the post-time favorite. That is Sharky at 1-9 from the outside. E-Gamers out all the way. Third up the rail. Montrose Hope. Fourth on the inside. Pictonian Storm. KD Overdrive. He's been out all the way and he's going back to 3 wide. Then racing seventh. That is Brookdale George. Woodmere Sinatra trails 59. 3 was the half. Sharky pacing off on them now. Opening by 5. Montrose Hope is second. Pictonian Storm finding a way out between them third. Fourth is KD Overdrive. Fifth up the Brookdale George. Then in 6, E-Gamer, Woodmere Sinatra, 3/4 up in 130 and 2, and it's all Sharky turning for home. Pictonian Storm is now second. Montrose Hope third. KD Overdrive is fourth. And it's the Corey McPherson Show here in Summerside. He'll get his 6th win. Sharky going away. Second, Pictonian Storm. Brookdale George rallied up third. And the time for the mile in 2 minutes, 4/5.
Here comes a slow-mo replay brought to you by Universal Media for tonight's 8th race. And Sharky goes to the front, 29-3, 59-3, 130-2, and he drives away from the field tonight to win in 2 minutes, 4/5, 8 wins on the season, and 12 career for Sharky. And Corey McPherson, 6 wins tonight, folks. He's not done yet. Still a couple races to go here. Sharky wins it, 2 minutes, 4/5. Pictonian Storm second. Brookdale George is third. We're going to see Sharky and Corey McPherson in the Woodmere Standard Bridge winner circle in a moment.
Well, the Corey McPherson Show continues on this Thursday night here at Summerside. He'll visit the Woodmere Standard Bred's Winners Circle for the 6th time on the program. Sharky taking him there in tonight's 8th race, pacing Brown Gelding 4, but he's watching off the Art Major Dam, a rub and tug. Owned and trained by Jack McGuirk of Kensington. Bred by David Brown and Jim Elberg of Ontario. Corey McPherson with 6 winners on the card. The mile was 2 minutes and 4/5. Sharky McPherson with 6 delivers in the 8th. Now, the official results from the 8th race: Wild River Coyote was scratched, Montrose Hope 5th, Sharky the race winner, E-Gamer was 6th, KD Overdrive finished 4th, Pictonian Storm was 2nd, Brookdale George 3rd, Woodmere Sinatra did not finish, had broken equipment, fractions of 29 and 3, 59 and 3, 130 and 2, and the mile was 2 minutes and 4 fifths. In review, Scratch 5-1, 6-4-2, 3 did not finish. Sharky at 230, Exactor 2570, Triactor 12260, and the Superfecta was 2824.
Race Day is an official Red Shores broadcast network. For Backstretch Beat, Player Portal, and free race programs, go to Redshores.ca. Our fall-winter schedule is posted at Redshores.ca. The Red Shores Summerside Live Race Meet goes on Tuesdays until November 19th. And we'll slide the selections into the screen for the upcoming 9th race. Vance and I will be along with the Vance Cam, presented by Results Advertising and Marketing. I like a 2-5-4 in here. Backstretch Beat going 4-2-5, and the class first choice is 4-5-2 in tonight's 9th race in 6 minutes.
Now time to check your 50-50 draw tickets, tonight valued at $150. And the winning number will be A43489. Tonight's 50-50 winning number for $150, A43489. Good luck. Featured ninth race on the track for Post Parade. Number 1, Silver Spirit, owned by Thomas Woolridge Jr. of Mount Stewart, trained by Tammy Collins, driven by Ryan DeRoche. 2, First Glance, owned by Danny Bird of Vernon Bridge, trained by Jennifer Doyle, David Dowling. 3, Sable Attack, owned by Paul Bigger of Tyne Valley and Don Callbeck of Summerside. Paul does the training, Kenny Murphy drives. American Risk, number 4, owned by Risky Biz Group of Truro, Nova Scotia, trained by George Renison, Corey McPherson. 5 is Brookdale Johnny, owned by Douglas and Doug Pauley of Amherst, Nova Scotia, trained by Phil Sizer, Paul Langell. Down to 2 minutes wagering time on race number 9. And Rocky, once again, you and I are coming up with our selections in the Thursday night feature here in Summerside. And again, we thank Results Market and Advertising for their continued support of the Vance Cam. 9th race, I'm on to the 4, American Risk, as Corey McPherson looks for win number 7 tonight here in Summerside. I'll go right alongside with 5, Brookdale Johnny for second. Going to use the 2, First Glance for third, and if you play the Super, I'll use Sable Attack. From the booth, I'm going 4, 5, 2, 3. Mr. Skierman, your choices.
Same horses, just a little different order, Vance. I'm going with the First Glance. You know, he comes into this one 2 in a row, and he's already won this year. He took a new record of 152-2. So I like him on top. I'm going to use David Dowling, our leading driver. I know Corey McPherson's hot tonight. He's going for 7 wins. American Risk. But Brookdale Johnny's also been hot. You look at the up and down, he's only got 1 performance on there, like all 2s and 1s. 1 is a third. So, I mean, he's got 9 wins this year. I like him for second. For third, the 4, American Risk, and Sable Attack in there for you super effective players. So I'm going with 2, 5, 4, 3, Vance liking 4, 5, 2, 3 here in the 9th.
Rocky, off the top, do you know the record for most wins on a program on a single night in Summerside?
Well, I don't know. I know Norris has won a few 6s. I don't know if he's gotten a 7. He may very well have back in the 90s when he first started driving. But I know that Norris Rogers has gotten a couple, at least 6 wins. And he may have gotten the 7th. I'm just not 100% sure, but I'll be digging into that and trying to find out.
Thank you, Mr. Schierman.
You're welcome. Tonight's ninth race, our feature good-looking field of 5. Lining up in behind the starting gate, let's return to Vance Cameron.
Silver Spirit, First Glance, Sobble Attack, American Risk, and Brookdale Johnny. In the hands of the starter, Justin DeRoche, in his debut here on this Thursday night here in Summerside, now at the top of the stretch. Ready for a start. The rough and pacing American Risk, First Glance, Silver Spirit, Sobble Attack leaving out. Then the trailer, that's Brookdale Johnny. They're rounding the turn, approaching the opening 8. At the rail, the Silver Spirit to his outside. First Glance on to take the lead, dropping in to be third. American Risk. Then fourth is Sobble Attack, and Brookdale Johnny trails as they go to the opening quarter, led by First Glance for David Dowling. Second at the rail, Silver Spirit. Then in third, American Risk. Fourth is Sobble Attack. Brookdale Johnny, the trailer, fifth. They were over to the opening quarter in 29 and 2. At the 3/8 pole now, First Glance was the post-time favorite. He's on top. Second at the rail is Silver Spirit, and he's the longest shot in the board. American Risk is third. Sobble Attack fourth. Brookdale Johnny fifth. They're halfway home in the feature. First Glance getting them there. Silver Spirit goes second. American Risk third. To the outside, fourth. Sobble Attack. Brookdale Johnny fifth. 59-3 was the opening half mile. A 2-length lead at 5/8 is First Glance. Silver Spirit is second. On the outside, Sobble Attack third. American Risk is fourth, and the trailer fifth. That is Brookdale Johnny on the outside. 3/4 coming next, and First Glance arriving there with the lead on Silver Spirit second. Hanging on the outside, third, Sobble Attack, nowhere to go. American Risk fourth, and Brookdale Johnny fifth. 1:29-1 was the 3/4. Eighth of a mile out, and that's First Glance turning home. In at the rail, Silver Spirit, Sobble Attack, way wide, Brookdale Johnny. They're in deep stretch now. First Glance needs the line, but here's Brookdale Johnny to nail it with Langeau. First Glance second, Sobble Attack third, and they stop the clock in the feature in 1:59-1.
Here comes a slow-mo replay brought to you by Universal Media for tonight's ninth race. First Glance and David Dowling go to the front, 29-2, 59-3 to the half, 1:29-1 down to 3/4. Here is the stretch drive with a fast closing Brookdale Johnny. I hesitated about picking this horse to win tonight, put him in for second, and he flies on the end of it to get the job done. 10th win of the season, 12th career for Brookdale Johnny. Phil Sizer getting closer to the top trainer here at Red Shore Summerside. Paul Angel in the bike. First Glance second. Sobble Attack in there for third. We're going to see Brookdale Johnny and Paul Angel in the Woodmere Standard Bridge Winner Circle next.
Brookdale Johnny going to the ninth race winner's circle. Bay Pacing gelding for Moroccan in Heaven. Off the Shadow Play Dam, Brookdale Gia, a homebred of Douglas and Doug Pauley of Amherst, Nova Scotia, trained by Phil Sizer, who is right in the hunt for the trainer of the meet. It's going to be exciting coming down to next week's final racing card here in Summerside. Paul Langell picks up the winning drive, 159-1. Brookdale Johnny in the feature at Summerside. Here's the official results from the ninth race. Silver Spirit was fifth. First Glance second. Sobble Attack third. American Risk was fourth. Brookdale Johnny, the race winner, they went 29-2, 59-3, 129-1, and the mile in 159-1. In review, it's 5-2-3-4-1. Brookdale Johnny, 870 to win. Exactor 1980, Triactor 4860. And the Superfecta was 736. Tonight's winner of the 50-50 draw was Sheldon Rogers, Summerside. Congratulations.
Welcome back to Race Day Live here at Red Shore Summerside on a Thursday night. Let's talk about HPI $100. You can wager at the track or from home with HPI. It's free to sign up at hpibet.com. Wager $100 in the first 30 days and receive a deposit for $100. Wager on Red Shore, Summerside, or Charlottetown, where now for the first time you can earn rewards. Get ready for the fall-winter meet by signing up at hpibet.com. And here comes the selections for the finale 10th race, field of 7. I'm going with a 2-6-1. Backstretch beat 6-1-2. Classifiers choices 1-5-3 in the 10th race in 6 minutes. And also in this 10th race, the Super High Five carryover is $347.08. Get in the Super High Five.
10th race on the track for the post parade. Almost There Boss. Number 1 is owned by David and John Sweet of O'Leary, trained by Ralph Sweet. Kenny Murphy drives. 2 The Devil's Cash, owned by Doug Beckwith from 2nd North River, New Brunswick, trained by Ricky Armstrong. Brady Sweet drives. Coast to Coast Shark wears number 3, owned by Shirley Wallace of Alberton, trained by Jeff Wallace, driven by Corey McPherson. 4 Brookdale Jim, owned by Douglas and Doug Pauley of Amherst, Nova Scotia, trained by Phil Sizer. Paul Langell drives. 5 is Rockin' Corona, owned by Reg Ferguson, Wayne McDonald, and Aline Farrell. Darren Crow is the trainer driver. Starship Zodiac 6, owned by Robbie Williams of Poplar Grove and Reese Williams of Ellerslie, trained by Reese Williams, driven by David Dowling. Number 7 is Wrangler Cash, owned and trained by Ashley MacDonald of Freelton, Ontario. Ryan DeRoss drives. Down to your final call for wagering here on race number 10. Our next card of live racing comes up Saturday afternoon. Red Shores, Charlottetown, opening post time at 12:30 p.m. Rocky has his super high 5 selections to wrap up the program here in Summerside.
Thank you, Vance. Here comes our super high 5 selections on the screen. And just a note, Vance, to let you know, Darren Bigger was texting me back and forth, and he's did some research for me there tonight. Mark Campbell, I believe, won 7 races here one night not long ago. Rollham possibly was one of them, 151-4, I believe. So kudos to Darren Bigger for looking that up for us. I'm going with a 2, 6, 1, 3, 4 in here. Vance Cameron going with 1, 2, 3, 6, 5. Good luck and get in that super high 5. We got a carryover in this race, super high 5, of $347.08. Well, Mr. Cameron, the 10th race, a field of 7. It's the finale. They're lining up in behind the starting gate, and I just looked it up myself. 7 wins for Mark Campbell, Governor's Plate night last season. Up to you for the call.
Well, thank you very much for that information, Mr. Skirman. So Mr. McPherson has a shot at tying it here in the finale. Almost There, Boss. The Devil's Cash, Coast to Coast Shark. Brookdale Jim Rockin' Corona. Starship Zodiac, Wrangler Cash, It's the Super High Five. It's the finale, and now it's post time. Off and facing almost their boss. The first one out. The Devil's Cash will get away second. Coast to Coast Shark is third. Moving up fourth. Starship Zodiac. Brookdale Jim fifth. Rockin' Corona sixth. And the trailer, Wrangler Cash seventh. On their way to the opening quarter, led by almost their boss. In line to Kenny Murphy. Second, the Devil's Cash. Coast to Coast Shark right with the leaders. Third, closing up fourth. Starship Zodiac. That's Brookdale Jim fifth, racing from sixth, Rockin' Corona, and trailing seventh, Wrangler Cash at the opening quarter, 29 seconds flat. Almost there, boss. Putting the numbers on the board. 2-hole ride, the Devil's Cash third. That's Coast to Coast Shark. Coming out of the turn fourth is Starship Zodiac. Racing fifth and moving up on the outside. Rockin' Corona towards the rail, Brookdale Jim, and Wrangler Cash continuing to trail halfway home in the nightcap. Almost there, boss, is the midway point leader in 60 seconds flat. They move round the clubhouse turn over to the 5/8 next, and on the lead, almost there, boss. Second from the outside, Coast to Coast Shark in at the rail. The Devil's Cash now racing fourth is Starship Zodiac. Brookdale Jim fifth. Then in sixth, Wrangler Cash. Rockin' Corona got fancy stepping. He's now the trailer. 3/4 in the books. Almost there, boss. Got them there in 1:29 and 4. The Devil's Cash, a textbook 2-hole ride. Hanging on the outside third is Coast to Coast Shark. Starship Zodiac fourth. They're homeward bound. Almost there, boss, trying to go all the way. The Devil's Cash pops out on the outside. On the wire, here's the Devil's Cash. Right alongside, almost there, boss. It's picture time in the finale. Time for the mile in 1:59.2.
Here comes the slow-mo replay brought to you by Universal Media for tonight's 10th race finale. Almost there, boss. Goes to the front, 29.5 a minute. 1:29 and 4 3/4. Here is the stretch drive. Out pops the Devil's Cash. And they're going to battle. Almost there, boss. Kenny Murphy, the Devil's Cash, and Brady Sweet. They're battling to the wire here. Looks like the Devil's Cash is going to get up to get it here tonight. And he does. It's now posted. The Devil's Cash, the winner. Almost there, boss, in there for second. With Starship Zodiac third. 2-1-6 unofficially. In the 10th, we're going to see the Devil's Cash and Brady Sweet. He doubles up tonight. They're going to the Woodmere Standard Bridge Winner's Circle next.
Well, Ricky Armstrong has got himself right into the thick of things here for the top trainer. It's going to be real interesting come closing night of Tuesday of next week in the trainers department. We've got the tightest race maybe of all time. The Devil's Cash wins in the photo. Facing Black Gelding 4 by Fearless Diablo from the Western Hanover Dam. Racy date on by Doug Beckwith from 2nd North River, New Brunswick. Bred by Lee Gavin of Tignish. Trained by Ricky Armstrong. Brady Sweet second to win for the double. The mile 1:59 and 2. The Devil's Cash in the Super High Five. Here's the official results now in the 10th. Almost There Boss was second. The Devil's Cash, the race winner. Coast to Coast Shark, fourth. Brookdale Jim was fifth. Rockin' Corona finished sixth. Starship Zodiac was third. Wrangler Cash finished seventh. 29, 1 minute, 129 and 4, and the mile 159 and 2. From the top, your program reads 214-5637. The Devil's Cash paid $640. The Exactor was $19.90. Triactor $109.30. The Late Daily Double paid $51.80. And the Super High Five was out there returning $69.34. That will complete our live presentation on this night here in Summerside. The par mutual handle was $36,104. Ladies and gentlemen, from up top of the Summerside Raceway, thanking you for joining us. This is Vance Cameron bidding you a safe journey home.